history. All right, the comeback fighter of the year is where we go next. And Max, this is fun because there are a lot of candidates and a lot of tremendous fights. Very difficult to whittle it down to the comeback fighter of the year. So here we go. Check it out. And, well, Max, this was fun, too.
Vargas was in two tough fights this year. One against Shabaka Flores that you saw there.
Mark Too Sharp
came back in terms of action, but didn't look as sharp as he did before the Trinidad fight.
How about Mark Too Sharp Johnson and Arturo Valenzuela? Another tremendous fight. That one going down to the wire. Virgil Hill and a tremendous bout this year.
Got to be Virgil Hill. Virgil Hill, another guy that shows you how good Roy is. Knocks out Virgil Hill with one body punch in the 5th round. Everyone says Virgil Hill's washed up. Fights Kyoto at cruiserweight, moves up and lands a one-punch right-hand knockout 1st round.
All right, all those fights are good, but our comeback fighter of the year, Chris Byrd, taking on Tua, 3-0 in 2001. And you know what? Frankly, Max, he deserves it. That was a tremendous victory indeed. And speaking of, we're pleased to have Chris Byrd joining us here tonight on the program. Congratulations, fighter, comeback fighter of the year.
Thank you very much.
I got to tell you, you know, the Tua fight, people love to look back at that, but I'm wondering, do you feel like that people just don't want to fight you anymore? I mean, there's a knockout there right now that people feel like, you know, I get nothing. If I beat them, people say, who cares? But I risk losing so much if I get out there and I fight a guy like you. Do you feel frustrated by that?
I used to feel frustrated by it. I'm #1 contender now, mandatory to fight for the heavyweight title, so I'm not too frustrated.
Chris, did you see last week on the show, we have Jameel McCline and Kirk Johnson in the studio, and Brian Kenny asks them, name one guy out there you don't want to meet. And of course, the name Chris Byrd comes up. Jameel McCline says that you're his boxing idol. Now, on the one hand, it must be frustrating when those guys don't want to fight you. On the other hand, it is a compliment. It's a testimony to your skill.
Oh, most definitely. You know, those two guys are great fighters. I mean, we're all in the running for the heavyweight title, and you know, what can I say? You know, I got good skills, and they respect it.
Let me ask you, Chris, what did you learn from the Klitschko fight that you've been able to take on for the rest of the year?
How to fight tall guys, what to do against the bigger heavyweights of the division. I love challenging the big guys, and hopefully I can get another chance at Vladimir Klitschko.
Chris, you say that, but you had a shot against Vitali in the first fight. You won the fight. He quit. He didn't want to get knocked out. But you didn't seem to learn too much in that fight going into the Vladimir fight, because Vladimir, the only time in your career, dominated you.
Yeah, I told you in Las Vegas what I thought about that fight. And I wasn't a threat going over there the first time. And the second time, I mysteriously swelled up, you know, after the 4th or 5th round. And, you know, I'm not going to cry about it, but hopefully I'll get a rematch after I win the heavyweight title.
What do you mean mysteriously swelled up, Chris?
Well, I had over 300 amateur fights, and, you know, I have 36 professional fights, and I have yet to swell up in any fight. And all of a sudden, I swell up, you know,
your
real
eyes,
bad.
meaning your eyes.
Both eyes were swole up. And, you know, I come back and fight another day and hopefully get a rematch. And Richard Hall probably know how I feel.
American fighters don't get such good breaks over there, do they?
Big shot. Hey, Chris, thanks a lot for joining us on the show. Congratulations on your award as Comeback Fighter of the Year. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yep, thanks.
All right, we're going to take a quick time.